Welcome, everybody, to podcast number 284. Are your logistics systems set up to support all other systems on site? Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome, everybody. Literally, this topic is one of my favorites of all time. I am going to bore you with a quote that I just absolutely love. Marine Corps General Robert Barrow said, "Amateurs study tactics, armchair generals study strategy, but professionals study logistics." I could not agree with this more. If we want to be successful on site, most of the time production is about logistics. In fact, I'm just all over the place tonight. I'm going to talk about a shout out. There was a crew at the Petty Coach Schmidt civil contractors company that was looking at increasing their production, and they have a YouTube channel, they have a YouTube channel, and they did a YouTube video on it as they're scaling this information. And they went out there to figure out how they could increase flow. And they realized something that their foreman was doing in being in the traco was slowing everybody down. And that foreman needed to support the actual work, prepare materials, and get things going. And they went from like 220 linear feet a day to 400 linear feet a day. And they did a video about it. And it's because they went to the Gemba. They went to the place of work. They created an Ono circle. And it's about logistics. It's about making sure that we have all the right logistics, materials, information, manpower, the right setup, the reduction of motion in order to really create a winning scenario. So I'm excited about today's podcast and the content. We're going to talk about logistical systems and how that ties in to the overall integrated production control system. Now, this series, we're almost through this series, and like I said, we've got lots of really killer content coming behind it. But when I look at this series and how it works, I do want to just explain one more time how it kind of fits into the overall context of the system. And I've got this document, which I'm willing to share with anybody, by the way, about the integrated production control system. This will make its way into the second revision of the Takt planning book and into Elevating Construction Senior Superintendents in a lot of detail because it's so key. We start out with the right pre-construction efforts, and then we finish up with lean and contracts, and we make sure that the last planner system is implemented with good prefabrication. We went over the workforce to get them on our side. We build the project management team, and then boom, we orient people and we design remarkable interaction spaces, and then we create self-sustaining logistics systems. And so the reason that it's in that order is that if we are out there building the team and we have the workforce and the team on board and they're oriented to how to interact on site from a logistical standpoint, and we have the right self-sustaining visual systems for them to interact well, then the second step is to have those interaction spaces and all of those logistical systems to be constantly maintained to support the things that we have on site. Once we have those logistical systems, then we stabilize procurement and deliveries. After it, we establish the accountability systems of an effective quality control process, a daily issue correction system, a roadblock removal system. We implement zero tolerance. We grade our contractors, and then we continuously improve with our foreman from a production standpoint, and we focus on continuous education. So that's how it fits into the overall system. And I'm really excited about this because, again, let me tell you that quote again. Let me come down here and find it. Marine Corps General Robert Barrow said, "Amateurs study tactics, armchair generals study strategy, but professionals study logistics." When we're talking about basements or high-rises or postage stamp sites and things like that, it really comes down to, what job what leader, what area, what job can actually get the materials, the equipment, and the people to the areas to build it. If we can stabilize logistics, we can get it built. And everything else, getting the workers to work well, within the actual production system is pretty easy if we can logistically get things there. Just like when General Patton outrun his supply lines in World War II chasing Hitler. He ran out of fuel and had to stop. It's all about logistics. Remember, professionals study logistics. And so I'm excited about this today. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of podcast scaffolding and shout outs here to ahead of the actual content. So I do want to say I had some fun today using Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0, a book by Jim Collins, helping a company, a leadership team, begin to go through the clarity, creating the clarity, as Patrick Lencioni says, of their organization so that everybody knows where that organization is headed. I was very excited about that today. And again, I want to do a shout out for that crew with Petty Coach Schmidt that's creating flow. And I also want to do a shout out to O'Shea Builders, who's getting their texting, their daily correction system, their texting systems on GroupMe going, where they're sharing continuous improvement videos as they take their journey and progress as superintendents as a company. They're really, really doing great things. So what am I excited about? I'm excited that we already have the second superintendent boot camp first session filled up. I think we have 14. Well, it's not filled. You can still sign up. We have 16 people signed up. I can accept a total group of 24 for that. We'll even out the days. We've made some modifications that'll make it even better. And so that is going to be in July. And if I had my calendar up, I'd tell you what the dates are. Boy, that's unprofessional. Let me pull that up right now. But in July, if you want to sign up, I need you to go ahead and get with me and send me an email, because anybody who's already asked to be signed up, I've got them on the list, and we are jamming. So it's going to be on July 19th, 20th, and 21st, unless something gets in the way. But right now, that's the date that I'm going to confirm with the attendees. So I hope to see you there. This is an event that you won't want to miss. The first boot camp group already has their assignments, and they're going to begin in 2 weeks their facilitated group calls and coaching heading into the second boot camp. So I'm very, very excited about that. All right, where are we? Also we have the Lean Takt certification. We've got that class. Already a ton of people signed up. And I do want to tell you what the dates are there as well. So that is on, where did I put that? I can't believe I have everybody waiting on a podcast. Here we go. It's on July 26th and 27th if you want to sign up for that. So very exciting stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and get going here. So here's some feedback from some of the folks that attended Superintendent Bootcamp. This is a high-intensity program which will push you to your limits. I really like that. So here's some conflict. Let's get right into the podcast today. Your logistics system should support all other systems on site, and currently they do not. I want to say there's nobody in the history of mankind. I just kidding. I don't really know, but I would assume there's nobody in the history of mankind that's ever finished a basement excavation on time without planning it from a logistical standpoint on a day-to-day basis on sheet after sheet after sheet saying, hey, this is the work. Can I logistically fit in this hole? Same thing. Most of the projects I've ever worked on have been on a postage stamp site. You're doing high rises in downtown. You have to make sure you map out and plan those logistics in your supply lines. I remember there was a project we did. It was a pharmacy down in Tucson, and it was built over another building. And I remember when we did the production analysis, it all came down to the logistical analysis of being able to get the materials and everything, the supply chain, the supply lines, the access to the places of work. If we were able to do that, we were able to make production. Most of the time when we deal with production, we're dealing with logistical considerations, not just doing the actual work. So again, amateurs study tactics, armchair generals study strategy, but professionals study logistics. So here's the principle. Create self-sustaining logistics systems. Logistics on site must be controlled to work optimally because production is gained mostly through supply lines, access to work, and the ability to bring materials just in time. The scheduling, coordination, laydown, delivery, and hoisting of materials must be quick and support the installation of the work. A logistics supervisor with stable and remarkable logistics systems are what is needed to succeed. The following steps should be taken. Number 1, appoint your best field oh my gosh. I do not know what's wrong with my voice right now. Actually, funny story. I'm in a hotel and I'm in Wisconsin, and the hotel and the whole neighborhood were in a blackout. Have you ever been in a hotel in a blackout? Like, I don't even know if that's like legit. Like, should I leave the hotel or should I just stay in here? Anyway, so I'm probably just choking up with fear. Anyway, so number 1, appoint your best field craft leader to oversee daily standard work that controls the logistics on the site. So that person will maintain traffic control, entry, SWIP, dust control, all hoisting operations, staging and logistics, trash removal, and clear access ways on the floors. Supers, you don't belong doing this. You do not need to be doing this on a daily basis. You need to start doing it, set the standard, make it perfect, and deputize one of your best people to handle this daily. And then check in, obviously, but make sure that they are doing it. Number 2, implement a delivery system with or without technology. When I was at DPR, we had a really neat scheduling system where you could sign up, first come, first serve. There was different ways to sign up for deliveries. It worked wonderfully. I've also seen people just use scheduling boards. Implement a delivery system with or without technology. Number 3, deputize the crane operator to only stage according to coordinated logistics maps. This is crucial. Even if you're a trade partner doing steel or concrete or whatever, you have to get your crane operator only staging things where you want them, because you do not want to be moving things 2 or 3 times, putting things in the way. That's where we lose our money. I'm surprised in construction that we don't focus more on this. Number 4, deputize the hoist operator to control the hoist access and surrounding area, and to not operate it unless the area is spotless and logistical rules are followed. So I tell that hoist operator, do not move that thing unless it's clean. And they say, well, Jason, what am I? They're waiting on me. Okay, well, tell them all to go help you clean up around the dumpster, because we're not moving that thing until it's clean. And when you do that, it's remarkable. And the other thing is, we have a sign, and I have this on the lean signage on the website, signage for the hoist rules. People can't bring in materials unless it's on pallets, color-coded, or it's on wheels or greenies, or it's elevated above the slab somewhere where nothing touches the floor. And the staging locations are coordinated and not on the access ways. I remember reading the book, Building the Empire State, and they talked about how to get materials on the floors, they had little railways on the floors. They would come up the elevator, or the hoist rather, and it would go on little cars throughout the floor to take things different places. And I imagine on modern construction sites, little railways. And so even if you paint them or tape them out, nothing gets staged in the general access ways, and the hoist operator can help you with that. So deputize that hoist operator to control logistics. Number 5, deputize the forklift operator to only stage per coordinated logistics maps. When you do your afternoon foreman huddle, you should have that all mapped out where everything goes. And then your crane operator, forklift operator, hoist operator can either grab a copy of the map or take a picture, and they're ready to go for the next day. That's another reason I want to do foreman huddles the afternoon before, is because all of your other people are able to follow and only stage where it needs to be staged. Now, I've told you this story before, but with a crane operator, and I still talk to him to this day, he's a super good guy. I climbed up the crane one day and I was like, hey, I want you to do this, this, and this. Don't ever stage where, unless we have it on the maps. He kept doing staging in the wrong spots for the riggers. And I climbed up the next day and I'm like, hey, bro, I really need you. Okay, I'll do it. And then the third day he kept violating it because he was wanting to play savior with the riggers. And I said, I love you. You're not going to work here anymore if you keep doing this. I do not want anything staged outside of our coordinated areas, because it just wastes money and time, and it slows down production, and it's unsafe. He finally got it. You have to climb that crane. You have to talk to that hoist operator. You have to get through to the forklift operators. That's why I always like to build into the GCs, GRs, my own forklift operator. That way it's not chaos with a bunch of different people getting on it and, trusting them to have their training, their certification cards and everything else. I want that controlled. I want that forklift operator deputized. Number 6, begin a group me text or similar effective communication system to send a minimum of 10 to 15 corrective items to the logistics carpenters or laborers daily. Number 7, Implement zero tolerance for logistical items. Number 8, implement zero tolerance for cleanliness. Number 9, implement zero tolerance for organization and logistics staging. Number 10, begin bringing all materials just in time according to inventory buffers and really manage that. Number 11, implement the following logistical rules. Number 1, keep bathrooms clean. Number 2, be good neighbors and take care of the customer's needs. Number 3, nothing hits the floor. No materials, trash, or other items. Nothing hits the floor. Number 4, just-in-time deliveries and scheduled deliveries only. Number 5, all cords off the floor and managed in a remarkable way. Number 6, everything on wheels, greenies, and painted pallets. Number 7, all access ways clear at all times. Number 8, organized workspaces. Everything clean and organized, a place for everything and everything in its place. So, the other one, number 9, pull work behind you, nothing left behind, clear and sweep your areas, and leave a complete area. So the biggest points in here that I really think is you have to appoint your best field leader to oversee it. You have to get a delivery system, deputize your key positions so they become self-sustaining positions. Like I look at it like winding up toy soldiers. Now, human beings are not like toy soldiers, but go with me for a minute just on the analogy here. When you're winding them up at Christmas, or if you're watching a Looney Tunes cartoon, you wind them up and they start marching forward. You could have 10 toy soldiers marching forward, and then when one hits something and tips over, you just go up, stand that toy soldier up, you wind it up, and it gets going. That's kind of how this works with logistics. You should have self-sustaining systems where they monitor and control themselves, and if there's ever a deviation, you only have to go wind up and stand that one toy soldier up. You only have to go fix that one logistical item. You need self-sustaining systems, visual systems, where they are visually self-sustaining and maintained by the group that sees as a group, knows as a group, and acts as a group. So the other one is zero tolerance. You have to implement this with zero tolerance out of respect for people. And you have to communicate the rules. You should have a sign with these basic logistical rules, basically, everywhere on the project, at the hoist, at the interaction spaces, right outside the trailer, and have signs on the website that you can print out and customize from Fast Signs if you want. And so the current condition is, our project logistics don't support just-in-time. They don't support Takt planning. They don't support controlling your areas. They don't support lean. They don't support one-piece flow. They don't support, finishing as you go. But if you change and accept the challenge of implementing a self-sustaining logistics system, then when people follow Takt planning, it's clean and they make production. It's clear and they check quality. It's open and peaceful to where you can monitor safety and stay up with the safety requirements of the project site. You're able to meet your production commitments with Takt and the last planner system because you can get materials where you need to go. You can't really win with any of your other systems unless you have remarkable logistics systems. So we're right at 18 minutes. I've loved this podcast. This is my jam. This is what it all comes down to right here is logistics. And I'll read that quote one more time and close it down. Amateurs study tactics. Armchair generals study strategy, but professionals study logistics. So I want you right now on your car, at your home, wherever you are listening to this podcast, what are you going to do tomorrow to stabilize your logistics so that we can get the materials, information, or manpower to the place of work so they can act in a productive manner and really win? On we go.
Join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.